So let's talk about the California Legislature and gaming. In the California Constitution, Article 4, Section 19, it contains specific limitations and also actually grants of power that relate to gaming that's conducted in the state of California. As you may recall, Article 4 deals with the legislative branch of state government. Section 19 touches upon everything from lotteries to casino type gambling. So let's review what are the specific provisions of Section 19. First, it provides the legislature has no power to authorize lotteries, and the legislature is required to prohibit the sale of lottery tickets in the state. And the legislature has done this in Penal Code Section 326. Second, the legislature may provide for the regulation of horse races and horse race meetings and wagerings on those results. And the legislature has done this in Business and Professions Code, Division 8, Chapter 4, in sections 19400 to 19668. Third, the legislature by statute may authorize cities and counties to provide for bingo games, but only for charitable purposes. And the legislature has done this in Penal Code Section 326.5. Fourth, despite the first provision of Section 19, there's authorized the establishment of a California state lottery. And this is done in Government Code Title 2, Division 1, Chapter 12.5, which is the California State Lottery Act of 1984 that is found in sections 8880 to 8880.7. Fifth, the legislature has no power to authorize and is required to prohibit casinos of the type currently operating in Nevada and New Jersey. And this is done in Government Code Section 98001, Subdivision C. Sixth, the governor is authorized to negotiate and conclude compacts subject to the ratification by the legislature for the operation of slot machines and for the conduct of lottery games and banking and percentage card games by federally recognized Indian tribes on Indian lands in California, and this is done in accordance with federal law. The legislature has done this in Government Code Title 16, which is state tribal agreements governing Indian gaming, and it's found in sections 98000 to 98012. So as a result of these provisions, slot machines, lottery games, and banking and percentage card games are permitted to be conducted and operated on tribal lands that are subject to compacts that have been negotiated by Indian tribes and the governor and ratified by the legislature. The seventh item is that the legislature may authorize private nonprofit eligible organizations that are defined in legislation to conduct raffles as a funding mechanism to provide support for their own or another private nonprofit eligible organization's beneficial and charitable works. And the legislature has done this in Penal Code Section 320.6. Now, there are additional constitutional provisions. For example, at least 90% of the gross receipts from a raffle must go directly to beneficial or charitable purposes in California. And any person who receives compensation in connection with the operation of a raffle must be an employee of the private nonprofit organization that is actually conducting the raffle. But these are the major provisions contained in Article 4, Section 19 of the California State Constitution.